Well, I certainly hope Dimitri is doing fine. Seems we'll be seeing him soon enough. I wonder how the people of Vallaki are faring. I hope that the revolution is going well. Seems like forever since we've been there. Well, Dizzy, what do you think? Do you think everything's going to turn out all right? Well, excuse me. I didn't know you to be a pessimist.
Hey Dungeoneers, thanks so much for joining us for another episode of the Strahdcast. If you like what we do here, remember to follow us on YouTube or subscribe via your favorite podcast app to get notified every time we release new episodes. Thanks again, and take your listen with advantage.
Starting on Monday, January 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, we will be streaming Goon Files, a Delta Green adventure set in 1995 Philadelphia, featuring Ned in the GM chair. While you get excited about the spookiness to come, you can binge our other 2 mini-campaigns, Madness and Mercy and Death House, right now on our YouTube channel. Prepare to roll some sanity checks.
When last we left our heroes, using the cipher recovered from the abbot, our heroes navigated the trail of breadcrumbs left by St. Markovia so long ago to find her hidden treasure, Strahd's tome. Opening its pages, our heroes found themselves transported through visions of Strahd's past. They saw the withering malice with which Strahd was thrashed by his father, the king, saw his infatuation with a young maiden of Vallaki, Tatiana, and the jealousy he bore in his heart for his brother Sergei, saw him tortured by whispers in his mind, drawing him inexorably towards a dark temple in the side of a mountain. Last of all, our heroes watched as Strahd became the devil, murdering Tatiana in his rage and sacrificing his brother's life to bind her soul to his own. Our heroes have learned much of their foe, but there are still mysteries to solve and battles to fight before they are truly ready to face Strahd. What lies next for our heroes? Find out now on the Strahdcast. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Shuffle off this mortal coil and transport yourselves to the far, foggy realm of Barovia.
Drogar will... I feel like Artemis and Drogar got thrown next to the same bookcase, and Drogar gets thrown into the bookcase and kind of stands up and he goes, help me up, help me up, help me up! You know, because he's like so eager to like get back to the book. And he goes back over to the book. Is it open or is it
closed?
It's closed now.
Sitting there very innocently.
You open it again, get pulled in. No, skip cutscene, skip cutscene. I already watched it.
Skip movie.
That's incredible.
It's like when you talk to the owl twice in Ocarina of Time. You're like, no, fuck me! I meant to press B, I pressed A, god damn it!
Yeah. No skipping that shit.
Drogar will like look at the book and then he'll look back at everybody else and go, you all saw that, yes?
And you realize Winnie's missing.
Oh, shoot! Drogar goes over and starts throwing books back.
Uncover, like the dinosaur bone in Jurassic Park. You uncover Winnie in a pile.
And then
books.
I run over and we return to the exact same pose. Looking at the book.
That's canon. So I'm looking at the book and I'm like, everyone saw that, yes?
Which you take to mean yes.
Right. Kaz was there. So now we know why he's like that. How do we kill him? There must be a clue in the story somehow.
That lady looked exactly like Irina, right?
Yes, Tatiana.
But not just her. The guy that looked like Isaac. How are these people? Is it just them that keeps on coming back and back and back? Is it other people that keep coming back and back and back? How does this work?
What?
Right?
Drogar has a moment. What if we are just reliving the memories in Strahd's head? What if Irina is supposed to be Tatiana? What if this guy, this Sergei? It's all too similar.
Why? Why would this Isaac guy come back? I'm just how does this work? I get why he would want to keep on bringing back this Tatiana lady to try and make it work, and then every time he fails, he can try again.
Unless Isaac doesn't remember. There was something that Isaac said. He Something about giving his left arm.
Oh, yeah. We still don't know what that was.
I don't either, but it certainly wasn't his fucking left arm.
Language! Wow.
Fair enough.
Drogar takes a gold coin out of his pocket, puts it into a little jar,
Puts it in his other
puts the
pocket.
jar back into...
Into the swear vial.
There is also that voice from the temple.
Yes.
I do not recognize that building. Do you know it?
No, but I recognize that voice. That is the voice of true and utter evil.
That's like a demon?
Yes, I would bet my life on it. A demon or a devil of some kind that possessed Strahd.
Where did those come from? Like, where does a demon come from? How did it end up here?
In my realm, they come from... Well, in our realm, they come from the 9 hells. Each hell has a different level of demon or devil that runs it. Demons are chaotic. They have no compass as to their structure in their decisions. Devils are smart. They use their brains.
Okay.
They have structure. They have leaders. I believe that this was some sort of devil that possessed him, or that made a pact with him.
Well, he said, like, do the pact.
Yes.
What mountain was that where Strahd was?
I don't know. We've never been there. We've been to a couple of mountains, but I don't recognize that one.
Would we recognize in the memory when he went to the mountainside and spoke to the demon? Do we recognize that mountain?
Give me a history check. Anyone can who wants to.
Oh, out of the box.
Nope.
17.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's a...
18.
That's a 19.
All right.
In case anyone's curious, I rolled a 7. No one cares, Kay. I know.
So you could see the peak in the vision, and it was the temple itself built into the mountainside. You could see the peak of the mountain still hundreds of feet above, but you could see it nonetheless. It was very sharp peak. You don't know exactly, you can't be sure exactly what mountain it was, but if it's in Barovia, it is either Mount Baratok or Mount Gaucus.
Mm-hmm.
And you've seen both, and Mount Baratok is pretty sloped and rounded.
We've
Let
been
me
to
make
Mount
sure.
Baratok,
You've
haven't
been to
we?
Mount Baratok.
'Cause
That's where you met. That's where you met Charlie.
Mhm.
Yes, and yeah. So you've been there. So you know it's not that one.
Mm-hmm.
We've been to Mount Baratok. That's where Charlie
Mount
is.
Gherkin,
Mount Gaucus.
Mount Gaucus.
Mount Sweet Gherkin.
And was he, when he was speaking to the demon, was he just like outside the...
He was outside the temple. You just
Outside
saw
the
the
temple.
facade of the temple built into the mountainside itself. Let me see if I can find a picture.
Drogar starts to pace back and forth, and he's like putting the puzzle pieces together, and he's going,
Yes, of course. Makes perfect sense. You can't... Demons. He had to have made a pact with him. The demon cannot infiltrate his body unless he invites him in. It's the same thing with Strahd. You can't invite him in. You can't enter a building unless you invite him in, like vampires.
Right. Okay, also, okay.
The temple, just for reference, looked like this.
Oh, yeah.
Built huge,
Coming
built
out of the side
right
of the
into
mountain.
the side of the mountain. Yeah.
Mhm. And we didn't go in there. He was standing
No,
outside.
Strahd was
speaking
standing
to a
outside
voice.
of it, like outside of the gate here.
Yeah.
I imagine
voice
as the
kinda
voice
carried on
was
the wind.
speaking, we could see like dark tendrils,
Sure,
dark shadows kind of like
yeah. Sort of whisper their way
wisp
around.
peeling
So
around
spooky.
the outside of the fucking building.
Okay, what did the guy who looked like Isaac, what was his name?
Cendric.
Cendric?
Okay.
What did he say? He would give his left arm to protect her?
Yeah.
Okay.
It must be a curse. It must have been a curse of some sort.
Do you think that he also like made a pact and was like, I will protect her. I will give him maybe his like demonic arm actually was like
I believe that Irina is Tatiana's daughter.
But
Or granddaughter. And I believe that Stenton.
Cendric.
Sorry?
Hang on. Let me Stendric.
Stendric, is that his name?
Hang on.
Stendric?
Oh gosh. Well, if only there was someone in charge who was supposed to know all these things.
It's a shame we don't have one of those.
Damn it.
I hear they're in short supply these days.
You
know, the supply chain
Cendric.
issues.
Say Sendrik.
Cendric.
Cendric. Yes.
Cendric.
And Cendric, I
Go
believe,
full Cendric.
is related to Isaac.
I think it's too perfect though. They didn't look like granddaughters. They looked exactly the
Spitting
same.
image. Yes.
Exactly the same.
Perhaps they're cursed.
What is the pact? The pact that he made was his ripping out a heart was to keep being able to win her.
Over
And over and over.
again.
The voice said, "Seal the pact, and you will see her again and again and again for as long as it takes."
He's reliving his memory. That's what's going on.
I think she's just being born again and again and again, whether it's into her descendants or into other bodies. But then, that one who looked like Ezek too, Cendric. We get told lots of stories when we're kids about mischievous spirits that give you what you want, but also give you something that you don't want. So, what I want to know is what the spirit got in return. Other than that heart, that doesn't seem like enough.
Well, I believe the spirit has the upper hand. For you see, Strahd, as much as we are stuck here, is stuck in his own torment.
What did he do with the heart?
Well, it depends on what type of demon he was dealing with, but ate it, perhaps?
That's what I'm thinking, because remember, it was like pouring the
The world
liquid
was poured
into his mouth, and I'm feeling like if this is what Strahd does, it's not him receiving it at the end. He's not the big open mouth.
No,
He's
not.
just a little guy.
He's the earth. Whatever it is, this picture is a lot bigger than an angry lord ruling a land. But he is definitely cursed.
Well, maybe we go to this temple, see if we can break this curse.
Yes.
Perhaps.
The demon, whatever it is, that spoke, that told him to seal this pact, he went to this temple to meet this thing. Presumably, whatever it gave to Strahd is what allowed him to become what he is now. Perhaps if we can find this temple, break whatever binding is between the devil and this devil, perhaps he will lose his power.
That seems even harder.
It would certainly not be easy. Although, the plus side is that the demon or the devil is split. It's not all in one place. It inhabits Strahd as well as wherever it's anchored, I would suppose. So perhaps we'll have an easier time. But then again, at the same time, he's in his own home. So
I'm worried that he's maybe even more powerful now. He's been pouring the earth into his mouth for hundreds of years now.
It certainly could be. Whatever the case, it will not be an easy fight. However, I would bet that it would be easier than taking our forces and fighting Ravenloft head on.
Well, we know from the abbot that we can't just do that.
The abbot didn't finish the job.
No, the abbot only did what he thought would kill Strahd. There is something deeper at play here. It is not as easy as cutting the head off of the beast.
It's cutting the head off and bringing it to the temple.
Maybe it's taking something out of the temple and bringing it to the beast.
I don't know. Maybe the answer's in one of these books, but I'm not opening another fucking one of them.
Nobody's saying you have to read any books, Cass. That's all right. Esmeralda, what do you know about Mount Garcus?
It's very tall and covered in snow.
Well, besides the obvious, how do we get there?
Well, this is another puzzle. I have never seen a temple like that anywhere in Barovia, much less up a mountain. I would have no way of knowing how to find it.
Drogar will go to one of the books, like the book stacks, and will look for geography.
Give me a history check, Drogar.
Sure.
Yes.
I had an idea.
What's your idea?
Kaz also has an idea, but you first.
What is it? That a nat 20.
Well, I want to hear these ideas first.
Yes,
Oh
please,
no,
of course.
no! I'll do my idea after.
Natural 20, then your idea, then my idea.
I can't do
the
my idea either. I don't have magic.
Okay, no, I need to remember my idea. But shoot, wait. Oh, am I losing it?
Okay. Well,
It's a 25 for me.
so you
Oh,
go,
remember,
you work your way through the stacks. You start flipping as you're leafing through these, geography texts. As you find the books filled with maps and other information on the surrounding area. Something it jostles something in your memory. And you remember, in Dimitri's tower, he had maps splayed out. This, aside from all the other magical accoutrements, he had maps splayed out over his over his desk.
Older maps. Yes.
Old maps.
Wait, so, hang on.
Yes,
Okay,
go.
So, can Kaz be the one who gave you that idea? Because my thought was,
Maybe we can't find someone who knows how to find it, but we do know someone who might have known how to hide it.
Yes, and Drogar is looking through these geography books, and he goes, Eureka! And he takes the books and he just throws them and he goes, these are useless. You're right, Kaz. The only person that would have it is somebody who has the old text.
I am right. Books are useless.
You're correct! Well, not all books, these books. But
No, all
yes.
books. My point has been made. Let's go.
Kaz exits the room.
Whoa. Where are we off to?
I don't know.
We are headed to a friend of ours. Esmeralda, can we count you as one among our lot against the devil?
Well, in that regard, I work much better on my own, but I'm sure this will not be the last time we all meet. In fact, I can be quite sure of it.
Well, then I would ask you to send perhaps a raven or a crow, and he kind of gives her a wink, to Vallaki. There's a group of people there that might be able to help or bolster your efforts here at Kresk.
Yes.
Send it to the Blue Water.
I know how to get in touch. I have some affairs of my own to see to, but do not worry, I know how to be in touch. I've looked for this secret many times, and there may yet still be more in this book that I can peruse, learn within these stacks. I will see you again.
Just be careful in using the book.
I always am. I haven't made it this long being uncareful.
And should any danger befall you, we should set a place in which we will keep the book out of Strahd's hands.
I imagine containing the secrets it does, he would be quite eager to get his hands back on it. Well, we have options. Would you like to keep it on your person, or shall I keep it safe here? The choice is yours.
How much does it cost to make copies at this library?
I'm afraid they don't have a printing press.
500 gold!
Damn it!
That's the Barovia tax.
Where did you come from?
Hello!
Jimmy Stewart?
If it's been safe here for this long,
Perhaps we keep it here.
maybe you should keep it.
Can we reset all of this?
Pointing at the statue.
I will see what I can do. Don't worry, I will see you again. I would very much like to make an assault on this temple when finally the time comes, should you find its location.
We will have our friend, Dimitri, reach out to you when we are ready.
I can send you a message, too.
Excellent. We have means of communique.
Drogar puts his hand on Esmeralda's and goes, keep it secret. Keep it safe.
You got it.
Damn it.
Do be careful wherever it is you are off to next. Though the abbot has been removed as a threat from these lands, it is still scoured by a pack of werewolves that make their home up in the mountains. Just be wary.
Well,
Jesus.
Yeah, remember them?
we did encounter one of them in a case earlier, but that's besides the point. I think
Oh, and you're still alive. Well, this is good news.
I do believe that our next path led us to the ruins of Berez.
The ruins?
Yes, there's one more stone that we need for the winery.
Stone. Ah, yes, the famous gemstones
Yes.
that create the wines that grow in this place. Yes.
Well, you have to understand, fabled. We've collected 2 of them. Hence the Champagne de l'Eston sitting in the village.
Goodness, one day I cannot to read books of your exploits to my children as
Nope.
they fall asleep in the evening.
And we are also looking for a symbol of Mother Night.
Well, if that is what you're after, I know that the werewolves hold her in personal high appeal. We find one there.
That makes sense.
Great.
Cool.
Well, I wanted to kill their leader anyway, so I guess that works
You
out.
have history.
Yeah.
That's
Bit of
right.
a grudge.
You're right.
Are you gonna stay here?
For a time.
Okay. If it's okay, could you just poke your head down the mountain every now and then? And can you send me a message? There's a bunch of new people down there, and I just want to make sure that they're safe. Can you send me a message if something bad happens?
Don't worry. And then you hear in your head, you'll be the first to know.
Yes. Cool.
And should you require anything of the 4 of us, please do not hesitate to reach out.
I've done fine on my own. I imagine I shall continue to do so.
Very well.
Everything's better with a companion or two. I'll drop a sly little wink.
A burden shared is either doubled or halved, depending on who receives it.
Played
Did you
cool,
just
Artemis.
make that up?
No, it's a very famous saying.
Oh, it's a very famous. Oh, that's real cool. Okay.
So, are you a half type of man or a double type of man?
Depends on the day.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer.
You're a half.
Yes, well, you should be getting on the road.
Yes, indeed we should.
Just kind of like gives him a smack upside the head.
I told you need to play it cool.
I didn't want to think she was,
She's not questioning your manhood.
That's what it sounded like.
Oh, you young
I need a nap.
Young spirit, you have so much to learn from my 528 years.
And the two of us exit stage left.
Yeah, I don't even get a chance to say goodbye. Drogar just drags me
Yeah,
out.
yeah. And you're off.
Well, it was great meeting you. Right soon.
It was great meeting you.
Okay.
Okay. Goodbye.
As we're leaving, I go and then like tug on your robe. It's like Argenvashed. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Argenvashed. That's what Charlie said. He was like Argenvashed. He thought you were Argenvashed. And in the thing, they said Argenvashed. What did he say about Argenvashed?
Who?
Somebody said something about it.
When? In what context?
I knew 5 minutes ago
Ah!
exactly what he had said about Argenvashed.
Somebody was mentioning Argenvashed.
Argenvashed was vanquished? Was it like they had defeated
Oh, in the
Argenvashed?
in the tome? Yeah, Strahd says that Argenvashed was dead.
Okay.
Strahd killed him.
Okay, so Charlie, if he thought you were Argenvashed, that means maybe Argenvashed was his friend. He was like, I haven't seen you in so long. Maybe Charlie knows maybe where the temple is. Maybe when him and his friends, maybe Argenvashed was one of his friends, and maybe in their travels, they did all this too.
Then I will send Charlie a message.
Okay.
I will speak to him.
Okay, he's old though. And
Drogar straightens up and goes,
What are you trying to say?
I'm not saying anything except that he's really confused.
Yes.
And last time I sent him a message, he told me I was going to win a blue ribbon. And I still don't know what that means. But
Winnie, you did win a blue ribbon. Look at how grown you are. Look at how special you become. Look at the power that you are holding.
I don't think that's what he meant. That's really nice, though. I'm just saying, he might have some information we need, and it might be really hard to get it from him. Especially when we're sending a message, he gets confused, and when he can't see your face. I don't know what to do.
Let's see what I can do.
Okay.
If worse comes to worse, perhaps I will pay my dear friend Charlie a visit. Share a spot of tea. As for now, we have a decision to make. Artemis, I know you wish to vanquish the leader of the werewolves and retrieve that Mother Night symbol.
Oof.
At the same time, there is a stone in the ruins of Berez that calls to us. Either or will help this land. One will bolster our power, the other will bolster the people. So I ask the three of you, what would you feel comfortable doing?
I think Ruins of Berez. It's been on our to-do list for a really long time. And yeah, I think it would just feel really good to power up all those gems.
My only worry is if Strahd will feel the presence of that power once they are all combined.
Even so will the people.
Very true, little one. Well, all in favor of going to Berez? Say aye.
Aye. Okay, next question.
Yes.
I'm really scared to take Pasha there.
Why?
Because you get really hurt.
And so have you, Winnie.
I know, but...
This last time, you mean?
Yeah!
Well, everyone got all hurt.
I fell unconscious, didn't I, Artemis? I fell out of a three-story window.
He almost died.
I almost died.
I want to be with you. I know that I'm not good at fighting like Kaz, and I can't track and fire a bow like Artemis, and I can't make powerful magics like you or Drogar, but
You are powerful in your own way, Pasha.
I don't know what I'd do without you all.
Okay.
You're pretty good at surviving, and also, it wouldn't make much sense to leave you behind and keep the person younger than you. So, maybe can it? I say this to you out of the utmost respect for your big personality and a very small stature. You're really smart. That was a dumb idea coming out of a smart small person.
She said cannon. She said cannon right from your face to my face.
Drogar looks at Artemis and just goes,
Never
No.
mind.
It's not just that you all saved me. Being with you all, it makes everything calmer. I don't want to gnaw when I'm with you all. I don't really know what that means, but I don't know. I couldn't stomach to be away from you. Please don't leave me behind.
No.
Drogar puts an arm around him and looks at Winnie and goes, "It's okay. We will keep him safe.
Okay.
He is as much of a part of us as you are, Winnie, or you, Kaz, or you, Artemis."
I just never want to feel like I'm putting you in danger when you didn't deserve it or you didn't ask for it.
You all put yourselves in danger to rescue me before you even knew who I was. We're obvious dangerous. We're all in danger as long as Strahd sits in that castle. We are all in danger. You taught me that. All of you taught me that. I wouldn't be any safer anywhere else. In fact, I might be safest with all of you, as far as I'm concerned, and I want to help if I can.
You do help, Sasha. Your healing abilities and you safeguarding Winnie alone is enough of a reason to bring him along. However, I would be lying if I told you that we are not headed into danger. For every person in this valley has told us that Brez is treacherous.
I can take it.
And he kind of does that thing where he kind of like nudges a little kid like that, and he goes,
I believe you can.
"What are they, sport?"
I understand what you're saying, Winnie. When you went missing in the abbey, oh gosh, I almost lost my head with worry. I do understand, and I want to see you as safe as you want to see me. But I think the place that we are safest is with each other.
Okay.
Drogar sits down a moment. Are we still in the library?
We can be wherever you guys want. What's your plan? Are you making your way back down?
We need to rest.
I
We need to take a
know.
long rest.
What time is it?
It's still morning.
I know.
I say screw it. Let's sleep during the day.
We only
Sleep
need
in
8
the abbey.
hours. We only need 8 hours. So if it's morning, we could sleep until early evening. You know what I mean? And
Then
then
we're going to be all jet lagged and thrown off.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to travel at night either.
I know. Maybe we should just try and get to our next place.
crash.
Yeah.
All right.
Where do we...
Oh,
Okay.
jeez. That makes me
I
hungry.
know.
Maybe
Gee
we can
whiz.
just travel. And
I guess we
Yeah,
did
well,
need
where
to
do we
take
want
a
to?
short rest, so we're healed
if the
up.
plan, if the next sort of like next big step is Bruins of Bread,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you want to head directly there? Do you want to stop? So on the way, you could stop at Dimitri's Tower, or you could go back to Valaki. You'd have to go a little out of the way to get back to Valaki.
But on the way is Dimitri's Tower?
Dimitri's Tower is on the
Let's
way
go
back.
to
Let's
Dimitri's
stop at
house.
Dimitri's
Do
Tower on
that.
the way back. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And like the werewolves aren't like weirdly close to us right now, right?
They're in the mountains above Kresk.
So, yes.
Oh, they
So
are
yes,
right here.
they are pretty close.
Do we want to just kill a couple werewolves? I mean, we would have to
Make it
rest
sound
first.
too much like a
Well, okay, here's what I'll
I'm
say.
pretty good at hunting.
If we sleep during the day, I think the werewolves will be out at night.
I'd like to catch them during the day.
Will we even be able to tell where they are, though? Because, like, they only turn into werewolves at night, right?
I'm hoping
Also,
we
do
can-
they turn into werewolves every night once you're a mega werewolf? Or do you have to wait until the full moon?
If
How does
we-
werewolves work?
If we hunt them during the day, are we just like killing some regular looking guys?
I know,
Can I make a
that's what I
knowledge
think.
check to
At
see
least
how
they'd
like,
be
the
like pretty
traditional werewolf is?
Scraggly looking guys. We see
That's-
guys with torn shorts and shirts, we kill them. Right? That's a good one.
It's another natural 20.
Well, you've seen them. You had several run-ins with them so far, and you have seen them in wolf form
Yeah.
on nights when it is not the full moon.
Right.
So
Okay.
ostensibly, that means that they are not bound to it, whether or not you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
whether or
it's
not
not
they
the
always
moon
turn on
that's
the full
transformed.
moon,
Right.
or if they can just transfer.
And we've also
sometimes,
seen
or-
dead ones that are in human form.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
so I think Drogar will look at Winnie and go,
Well, every realm is different in which werewolves are, but I would take it that this one being so convoluted that they might have the power to switch back and forth at their own will, not reliant on the full moon or the energies that it shows.
Are they still, like, regular guys during the day? Because I feel like I would feel really bad just going to their house
Well,
and just...
perhaps diplomacy is a possibility. You have to understand, we do have the Queen of the Berserkers with us.
And we don't need to kill them, right? We just need a Mother Night symbol.
We just need to kill the leader.
Well,
I want to kill the leader.
I'm sure his friends will be totally fine with that.
I think these werewolves are not good people. It destroys their minds. If diplomacy presents itself, we can try that route, but I don't know that it's going to be an option.
Oh, gosh.
I do believe that werewolves are vicious creatures.
I remember their scent, the night in the woods. Don't remember much else, but I did catch their scent on the wind and on the trees. It smelled like blood.
Could you track them?
Not like I am.
Okay, never mind.
I
No,
could,
you don't have to.
but that part is, well, I don't really know.
We can figure it out.
I understand. Artemis here is a wonderful tracker. And with Sasha to aid, perhaps you in your form as you are, and Sasha together might be able to prove useful in that scent.
Maybe.
As well as tracks.
Okay, so then we could go to sleep now and get up at night.
Yes.
I would still like to...
Have you never done this, Winnie?
Have I ever climbed a mountain in the middle of the night to kill a werewolf lord? No, I
So,
haven't ever done
let me
that.
just bring up the map. So we're,
No, I never did that before.
where y'all are right now.
I love how we were all like, yes, we're going to Brez. And then we were like,
So here we are in Krez.
It's just inefficient.
right around
Okay.
the corner.
You don't want to zigzag too much.
You can follow the road back. The werewolf den.
Oh, wait
As
a
you
minute. Charlie's
understand
right
it.
there on the way back.
Well, Charlie's somewhere up here.
Oh, right. He's past Mount
She's
Vernon.
somewhere up here.
Right.
The werewolf den is somewhere in these mountains at the base of Mount Baratok. Above. So, that being said, here's Dimitri's tower.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Kresk. Somewhere in these mountains above both is where the werewolf den
so
is.
Dimitri's
Okay.
tower might not be out of the way necessarily.
Perhaps we hit Dimitri's tower and rest.
Let's go to Dimitri's house and rest, and maybe we can ask Dimitri if he can do a little flyover and help us check it out, and then maybe more efficient travel
Yes.
if he does a little scout.
I'd also like to try to find these werewolves during the day.
Okay.
I don't want to fight them in their home territory at night where I think their power is at its peak.
Dimitri knows this area better than we do.
Mhm.
He might know something about it.
I need a nap really
Yeah.
bad.
I think
But I do
Dimitri's-
understand that. I understand the inclination not to fight a werewolf at night. I don't know about you, but seeing in the dark is getting harder at my old age.
Seeing in general is getting hard.
You need
hear that.
you need a little tiny rectangular bifocal on your huge face.
Lenses that help me see.
Bifocals.
That's a brilliant idea.
I'm gonna find you bifocals.
Can they just sit on the bridge of my nose, little square ones? You know, I have very big ears. I don't know if it's good. Oh, gosh. Oh, me, oh, my.
Drogar, you don't have big ears. You have a big head.
Intuitive as always, Pasha. So, I think we head on to Dimitri's place. I think that's the
Dimitri's
travel.
house.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alrighty.
Dimitri's tower.
Go
And
team
he-
on 3. 1,
One,
2, 3.
three.
Go
Go
team!
And he stops
1, 2,
back
3,
down
rock
the
the
way.
house.
Any
How would
other
you know
business
that?
in Kresk before you depart?
No, I think we say goodbye to Asher and the Burgermaster and
Mhm.
Maybe ask Esmeralda if she wants to go wolf hunting. Just, just saying. She's got a crossbow in her knee. She can be useful.
That's true.
We can send her a message. I don't know when you can message her.
send her a message.
Yeah. Tell her, hey, we might kill some werewolves tomorrow if you want to come meet us.
Dear Esmeralda, check yes if you would like to go wolf hunting with Artemis.
Yeah. So you've left the abbey, but you can send her a message if you like.
so we say goodbye to we say goodbye to Ziggy and we
Great.
say goodbye to Otto.
Great. You head out of Kresk, following the road back back a ways until you find that sort of winding path that breaks off of the main Svalich road and heads towards Lake Baratok. You come to that familiar setting, that like broken fishing jetty by the side of the lake. You walk past the illusion, shimmering as it does, and you come to Dimitri's tower. Those amber guardians out front, and making your way up. One of their little heads pops up seeing you approach, and but they all have you in their databanks now. So
Give like a half-assed like, oh, meh.
One pops its little head, the green visor one pops its little head up, spins around once, and goes "Tura, toot, toot," and he sends like just a little shower of sparks into the air. It's kind of like a sad little like a firework that got a little wet. And then up at the top of the tower, Dimitri opens the window and kind of leans out and says, "Oh, it is good to see you all again. What is I can do for you?"
We're crashing.
Can we have a nap?
Oh, my friends, you know you are always welcome. Come in. And you do so, making your way
So
inside.
we hitched Desi in not the wagon, but what?
Where is Desi? Did you bring her to Kresk?
I think we
We-
brought
Then
her.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we probably.
I figure that anytime you're traveling, you
did.
travel.
We
with
got
the
a new
horse.
We
cart.
just
We
couldn't
got a
take
new
the...
cart, right?
Yeah, we did get a new car.
Forget everything.
Well, it was a long
There's so
time
much
ago.
to fucking remember.
Yeah, no.
So we park right outside, and we let Desi graze, and we go into the tower and we relax. And
It's a rule of D&D that you always forget your mounts and NPCs you've adopted.
Correct.
Like shit, where were they?
and your animal companions.
And animal companions, yeah.
So you make your way in, and by the time you get up to the top of the tower, Dimitri already has like a kettle on, preparing some tea for you all. And as you make your way in, he sort of passes out. He does that same like press to. He just like makes some float over to you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he's brought out some squishy armchairs, setting them in a circle for everybody. So as you make your way in, like nice to be out of the cold and the relative safely, as you
Squishy
understand.
armchair.
Drogar will go to Dimitri and give him a Roman's kind of.
He returns it. He returns it emphatically. He says, "So, my friend, the last time we spoke, you were being pursued by an annoying monster on your way to Kresk. I
Yes.
see that you have not died there. That's good news. So tell me, what is it you seek now?"
Oh boy. So we went to Kresk. It turns out that the abbot was a half dragon, half angel. He tried to kill all of us. Oh, he's zombie bride! We were supposed to take... Oh, we'll pick her up later. We'll pick her up. We'll pick up the silk.
Oh, you were going to bring her back to the blue water.
We were going to take
We'll
the
pick up
silk.
the
We
silk.
can say, because
Say we brought her.
we're back at the Abbey. We can say if you want, or whatever
Well,
you
we're
want to do.
going to be going back...
Well, we're not.
You're
we're
not going to Vallaki right from
when
here.
we go back to Vallaki, we can take her with us.
Drogar stands up and goes, "Shoot! I knew I forgot something."
I'm just picturing Basilica, just like Sweetums in the Muppet movie, running after the car, like, "Wait for me!"
All right, so we'll say she's still at the Abbey.
We'll pick her up.
Because your plan is not to go right to Vallaki.
No, we have to go back to
We'll
the-
pick her up. This zombie bride we're going to take to Vallaki with us. She's a really great cook. We killed the abbot.
The abbot was a deva.
Yes, and we freed all of his subjects. And also, we found Strahd's book.
What?
We
We
found the
found it.
book. Saint Markovia had stole it, and we found it.
So it was there.
It was there.
I knew it.
Uh-huh.
You found it. Well, what did you learn?
Okay.
Tell me. Did it contain the secret to finally defeating him?
Kind of.
It,
We traveled through his memories, and we learned about his father and his brother, and about the demon that he was making a pact with.
Demon.
There's a demon that lives in a temple on the side of maybe Mount Gaucus. And actually, like, one, we're coming here to hang out with you and take a nap. And also, we know that you have a lot of maps. And we're wondering where in the heck this temple could be that nobody knows where it is.
You said a temple.
Right in the side of a
I owned
mountain.
a map of Mount Caucasus.
On
Might
the
reveal it.
mountainside. Yes. He gets up and makes his way over to his big desk and like throwing
We see
scrolls
books
and
flying.
pages and books go and like spare quills and ink bottles go flying.
I'm going to sleep.
Has his leg up.
the second his fingers touch paper, I'm like, nah, I'm going. Over it.
But yeah, he whirls back around and he brings out one of those old, like, it looks like, like the faded parchment. It looks like, if you go to see the Constitution today, it's all yellowed and fraying. But he brings it back out, and it's that one that you saw one of the times you were here. It's like an old, like, Valaki's not even on it.
Yeah, right.
And,
It says Benovia on it, like it's
right,
old,
yeah,
old,
yeah, it's old, and there is like scribbled in the top corner a sort of like roughshod impression
a monument or a building or perhaps a temple, scribbled somewhere over the top of Mount Gakis.
That there, that's it.
You saw it.
Yes.
Strahd has been there.
Yes, absolutely. And inside there is something of imaginable evil.
My friend, inside there is every evil you can imagine.
How?
What temple is that, Dimitri?
I don't know much, but it has something to do with this tower. The one who built this tower is connected to the temple in some way. I have been able to only piece together pieces of this story. I don't know a lot, but I know its name. The Ember Temple.
Oh!
And it's perhaps temple is a bit of a misnomer. As far as I can understand it, it's less of a temple and more of a prison.
A prison for what?
All the horrible things that walk this earth. I have not been able to uncover much more than that, but I've been searching for it. And if Strahd visited it, it must be the source of his power. That must be what ties him to this place and separates Barovia from the wider world.
He made a pact.
With one of the denizens therein.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you know their name?
No.
I do not know the denizen's name, no, but I do know the pact in which he made. He killed 2 lovers in cold blood and devoured the heart of the latter.
He goes back to his notes and starts scribbling furiously and leafing through volumes. He killed someone to seal this pact.
Yes.
Hold out their still beating heart.
And what was what did he gain? What was his boon? What was his reward for sacrificing something so horrible?
He got the opportunity to keep wooing his lover who he had lost over and over and over again through time. He said, "I am ancient, I am the land." He wanted power over time and space.
Give someone great power, remove them from time itself. Interesting. Not enough to lock down what entity we are dealing with, but we know enough to at least assume it is a powerful one. If you make a venture to this temple, I must accompany you.
Yes.
We
Oh,
would
yeah.
be honored to have you with us, Dimitri.
Very good. Very good.
And if you have any artifacts of the Morning Lord, I would bring them with you.
I'm a little shy on religion here in the tower, but I'll see what I can scrounge up. But this is good, my friends. This is good. Fastaya, I knew when I met you that it was a nobious end, and you my way. Our fates intertwined together across time and space. This is exciting. We are close, my friends. We are very close, closer than anyone has been since Strahd first stepped his muddy foot in this land to overthrowing him.
The abbot was correct about one thing, though.
What is this?
It was love that destroyed Strahd. It was love that turned him away from the path of the light and sent him into this madness, spiraling, making deals with demons.
And this woman who you traveled with for
Yes.
some time, she is
Yes,
tied up
yes.
in this somehow.
She is the spitting image of the woman we saw in the vision. Well, you see, it's hard to explain, Artemis. The book consumed us. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. The book.
Have you ever seen a play called Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets?
No, the book opened and we were sucked into the void. And we awoke in a memory, in a dream, so to speak. The pastels and the colours were off and the sound was echoey, but I believe that the book is a vessel. It holds memories.
I have heard of such magics. Some events, some memories, some doings are so brutal, so unimaginable to those who witness them, that they create a sort of energy separate from the entity who made them, a pattern of energy constantly recreating the traumatic events. And those can oftentimes those are bound to a place. Think of a ghost,
Yes.
haunting a house.
Yes.
But if someone is crafty and skilled enough with magics, those energies can be bound to an object.
And they can store them there.
Exactly.
And then they don't have to relive them.
So is it possible he doesn't remember this at all?
It could be.
it is possible he remembers some of the events in some order, but has removed them because, well, for whatever reason you might imagine.
It is too painful, too traumatic. Perhaps that is why he thinks he is so right. Perhaps he has stored those memories and those traumatic events away and he's forgotten them.
I have another question.
Yes.
It's not just this lady Tatiana who keeps reappearing throughout time and now is appearing as Irina.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just her, it's also Ezek, her brother. And he said in the memory, he said, I would give my left arm to protect my sister. And do you know about Ezek and his crazy arm? Do you know about this?
Oh, the enforcer. Yeah, yes, I understood. You dispatched him.
I'm just wondering.
Disarmed him, so to speak.
We disarmed his arm. I'm just wondering if that arm might give us clues about this demon that we're working with.
Well,
perhaps.
It's tricky though, Winnie, because the arm is gone.
But we saw it, and I'm like, what if that was like this demon's like spooky, messed up way to be like, well, then here. And if actually it like gives us clues about him or
it's possible. I cannot say for sure, but I will say that just as certain events transpire and create and sort of electromagnetic energy field with their very nature, people not entangled with the event can be drawn into its influence like a gravitational pull or the sweeping wind of a cyclone. Even if you are not near it, you feel its effects. And if you are particularly attached to the participants in some event, I suppose through time, space, and the natural connections that form between those who grow close, you could be swept up in such magics as well.
It could also be a familial curse. It could be something that is cursed to the bloodline of the family.
It's possible. We do not know much yet, but we know more than we did, and that is enough to go on. Excellent work, my friends. Excellent work.
The book is kept safe in the abbey. There is a woman there who Artemis has taken a liking to.
Congratulations.
She shoots a crossbow from her knee. It's pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Esmeralda is her name. She has taken charge over looking over the book. It is kept secret.
Can she be trusted? Counted as an ally?
Well,
yes, she's not super friendly yet, but I think she can definitely be trusted because she's been working at this even way longer than we have.
Well, our goals seem aligned at the very least, and to be fair, I was not overly friendly when first we met, no?
That's true.
She has a very complicated past with a certain someone in Vallaki.
Well, don't we all? In any event, very good. Well, you all look as if you have been through quite an ordeal. I can only imagine the circumstances that took part over there in the abbey. Please, feel free to rest here. I have much to do, much to learn, much to inspect. When do we make our move on the temple?
Oh gosh.
Well,
Okay, hold on. Let's recalibrate. So what are we gonna do? Now, what are we going to do?
So the first step that we are going to do is, there are werewolves in the mountains above Kresk.
Yes.
I've
seen their patrols.
We are in search.
You have?
Of course.
Do you know where they, hang out?
They are crafty. I have not been able to locate the exact location of their den, but I do know that it is somewhere in the mountains above both Kresk and this tower.
Then we will have to rely on our trackers, our trusted Sasha and Pasha and Artemis. However,
resourceful as you are, I have no doubt you will be able to find them.
Our first step is to find a symbol of Mother Night, which we believe they are in possession of.
My understanding is they pay homage to her, as she is the one who brings the moon. They are so beloved too.
Yes. And once we are done there, we plan to head to the ruins of Beret.
You won't find anything there but fog and ghosts. Why?
Well, the last thing we believe the people need, is the last gemstone.
I see. My friend, of course, you know your business best, and I certainly don't want to point you in any one direction or another, but is all of that necessary? We have a secret to undoing Strahd's power. Why would we not go? Any time that we dally is time that he may uncover our knowledge or work to prepare traps and secrets and horrors of his own. Why do we not go now?
We're just trying to make sure that everybody is as powerful as they can be. And if we can get the symbol of Mother Night, then we have given Zarya and the Berserkers everything that she needs to make us new weapons. And if we get the gemstone back, that's the last one, and then we've powered up the people.
You see, do you remember, Dimitri, when we first met?
How could I forget?
Do you remember how gung-ho you were to face the devil head-on with the gemstone?
To my shame, yes.
Not shame. You had a plan. A very well put-together plan. I admit that. However, with wisdom comes the understanding that there are more ways to coming to a solution than just one. We believe that we will be bolstered by the gems. Your family will be brought back to its full power with these gemstones. The people will feel Narobia once was. Zenobia once was. The people will feel as Zenobia once was, even if that means that we must look peril in the eye once more.
Drogar, I do understand what it is you say. And, admittedly, I become hasty again. Pardon me. Of course, you must do what you think is right.
Yes.
I want to temper your expectations, though. Even if we go to this temple, unlock its secrets, bring the gems back, kill the werewolves, do everything that is within our power, and turn this valley back into a paradise, there's no going back to the way things were.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
What we have been through is here forever. There's no going back. There's only making things better.
You can only start healing, though.
But he's right.
When he's out of there.
He's right. Well, my goal, at least, I will not speak for my friends here, but my goal is to make that healing process as smooth as possible.
Smooth would be good, after 400 years of whatever this is. But I get ahead of myself.
Yes.
You are tired. Please, rest. My tower is a safe space for you. I will continue to work for a while yet, but make yourselves at home and comfortable.
I think it's so bananas that this is the Amber Temple, and you have all that amber in your basement.
Well, that is what makes me admire a connection between whoever built this tower and the temple.
Is it possible that we already know the person who built this tower? I'm just
it was
now very wary.
It was built over 1,000 years ago.
Over 1,000 years?
Yes, and the Amber Temple far before that.
Oh boy.
It is older than anything in this valley.
Huh.
Drogar leans in and goes, even older than me.
Huh.
With the possible exception of the Berserkers. But other than that...
I thought you were going to say, with the possible exception of Drogar.
Yeah.
I resemble that remark.
Please.
Sleepy time?
Take your rest. Yeah, and you settle in for a cozy night at Dimitri's.
Long rest?
You'll get a long rest.
I've already reset my character sheet.
I do have one thing that I would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
I'm warming myself by the fire while you do this.
You're all sat. You're sat in this circle, and Dimitri says, "Please make yourselves at home." He gets up, he goes back to his desk, and begins scribbling furiously. And then the time is yours.
So I think we're all kind of stationed around the fireplace and snuggled up, and
Drogar will just look over at Winnie. It has come to my attention that I never shared with all of you. I don't know if all of you had the same feeling, but I never shared with all of you what happened when we met Strahd for dinner. I was thrown into a temple I had not seen in a very long time. A dark temple, gold dragon emblazoned on the tapestries. Where I come from, it is a temple of Tiamat, an evil dragon, a dragon of darkness, a dragon that once held my soul in her possession. And Strahd tried to turn my memories against me. I saw my three friends covered in shadow, husks of what they once were. He twisted and turned their memories. And there was a moment where I doubted myself, where I thought, maybe this is the truth. Maybe this is a reality. But then I saw the light again. It was an illusion. And I looked these shades in the face. And I did not see my friends. I saw ghosts and ghouls and darkness and evil, and they were not that. And they dissipated, and all that was left was light. And for a moment, even Strahd looked defeated. And that, Artemis, brought me great joy. But it has been a while, and I did not see any of you there in my vision, and so I can only imagine what the three of you saw. It was a cruel trick, something that one with a soul does not do, and after seeing what we saw, it makes sense, the tactics in which he uses. It's very clear now. But Kaz, how did you wind up with a young girl?
Well, I was going to go to sleep, but since you all insist on talking. All right. So there I am.
Before you start, I think I got something that can help us all, and I'll break out the jug and
Oh, nice.
pop open some wine and start.
Oh, yeah! Oh, whoever's telling the story holds the jug.
Yes! So before it goes to Kaz, I go, wait.
I know.
I was
listen.
telling at least a 5-minute story.
I know you're nobody's gonna tell a lie, but we can play Zone of Truth or Dare now because I have Zone of Truth.
I passed the jug to Kaz.
All right. Drogar, that story was pretty great, but I think I've got you all beat. So there I was, falling through the darkness, when all of a sudden, curse splash! No, it was really more of a crunch. I fell through this really fancy bed in a room not unlike the one that I imagined Irina was in. A room kind of like the one Irina was probably in. And there was Gertruda. You all remember Gertruda. Small, fancy, annoying. She goes, "Oh, I'm a little princess, and you are a noble knight, and you must rescue me." And I was really confused. Because we were not there to rescue her, and I am not a noble knight. But we figured out a way out of there, and I started running because I was trying to find all of you, and I was trying to get out of the castle.
Yes.
When all of a sudden, behind me, I hear this shink, and this big piece of glass rose up from the floor and cut me off from Gertruda, and then another one went shink behind her, and she was stuck between them, and it started filling up with water, and then Strahd was there.
This is very different than mine.
I know. And Strahd, oh, I forgot about this part. Strahd wanted to play a riddle game with me. Me, riddles. But I did pretty okay. All right, wait, okay.
Wait, what riddles? Tell us riddles.
I'm trying to remember. The ones that he asked me. What were the ones he asked me?
Hang on, I can find it.
I bet I can too.
Okay, so hang on. Let me see if you guys know how to solve this riddle. Because I solved it.
I love riddles.
One has a golden head and a golden tail, but no body. Keep in mind, as you're taking your time to figure out the solution, the entire time I was trying to figure it out, Gertruda, the water surrounding her was getting higher and higher and higher. So I was under a time crunch.
Very good. Very good. I do believe the answer is a gold coin.
Cass's face drops.
Yeah, you're right.
But,
Well, hang on. There was another one.
and you had the time crunch, remember?
That's right, I did. There was another one, which let's see if I can remember what it was. Oh, wait, but then first I had to ask him a riddle. And the riddle let's see if you can solve this one. How far can an eagle fly into the desert? You know, now that I think about it, him trying to figure it out was counting against my time as well, which isn't really fair.
You're right.
He should have paused the water.
I should have paused the water. That's dirty. That's
All right,
dirty.
next time I see him, I'm going to smack him one for that.
Yes, absolutely. I do believe it as far as the eagle can fly before it passes out.
Nope. Strahd thought the same thing.
Oh, yes.
It can only go halfway because any more and it's flying out of the desert.
Oh, very clever guy.
I know.
And so you say you don't like books.
I stand by that.
Very well.
I didn't learn that from a book. Anyway, let's see if I can remember what the next one he asked me was. What wears a leather coat and can take you to faraway lands without taking a single step was his second riddle.
A book.
See, that's right.
For something that you hate so much.
Well, my answer, which he actually accepted, was a camel before you skin it.
Drogar takes a moment and is like taking it back, and then he looks up, looks down.
It's actually a very good answer.
That's really good.
Because today's camel skin
is
is
tomorrow's
leather.
leather-bound book. Okay.
Exactly. So then I asked him, and this wasn't really a riddle, but I asked him if he knew how to find water in a desert, which, to be fair, wasn't really a riddle, but he didn't know the answer. The answer is that you look for palm trees.
Oh!
You can see them from really far away, and they always grow near water. He's never been to the desert, so I guess he didn't know that.
Looks like you had a one-up on the devil there, Kaz.
Well, you might think that. Because then, let's see if I can remember the third riddle he asked me.
This episode's getting real long.
I'll edit most of this out.
No, you won't.
Well,
This is grade A fucking TikTok content.
I remember the answer,
what
but
the
not
answer
the
was.
riddle.
the third riddle he asked me, I remember now, was, you've heard me, but not seen me, and I only speak to you after you've spoken to me. I'm paraphrasing, but it was basically that. I still don't know the answer. Do you guys know what the answer is?
You said you hear me, but you can't see me.
You've heard me, but not seen me,
Yes.
and I only speak to you after you've spoken to me.
Well, my first instinct would say an echo.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
But that is a hard one.
Well, we're getting to my favorite part. Because my answer was to take out my great axe and swing it against the glass so hard, glass that Strahd had told me that I couldn't break. And it broke! And water went rushing out and knocked him. No, it didn't knock him over, but Gertruda came flying past both of us, and he was all distracted because it was getting on his fancy boots. And then I tackled him! I tackled him to the ground, and I was on top of him, and I had my fist ready to go back and to punch him in his annoying, smarmy little face. And then he turned into a bat and he flew away. Yeah, but then I found all of you guys.
Was it the real Strahd?
I think so.
You're right, Kaz. That was much better than my story.
I know.
Mine's just sad.
Well,
It's
then you
not fun.
Well, then maybe you should have a sip of wine first.
Really?
Just a little one, Winnie.
I can really only do a little one.
And like the weight of it tips back too far.
I know, wine,
and it
wine,
starts like
wine,
going.
over my mouth.
Oh, okay, that's I just want to say, we are not condoning giving underage children alcohol.
I'm almost 12.
Unless they're
I'm almost 12 and played by.
unless they're trapped in an alternate dimension.
That case needs must.
And only
No.
if they're very stout.
Mine is a bummer. No, he had it looked like a bird bath, a scrying pool, and he said I could look in there and see how my family is doing. And so then I looked in there, and it was just gravestones. It was just gravestones for my mom and Uncle Hammond and Fenton. But you know what? It didn't even look real from the very beginning. I knew he was gonna do that shit, and it didn't even look real. Also, it didn't even say Uncle Ham's name. It just said Uncle Ham. I'm like, that's not what it would say. He didn't even care enough. He didn't even care enough to, like, think of what my uncle's real name would be. I think he doesn't care about me at all. I think he thinks I'm stupid, and he just thought he could make me sad, and that he didn't even try that hard.
I think, Winnie, what you realized is that the devil rules through fear, and fear itself. And once you can see through the weaves that make up the image, you see that it is all just nothing. You said it yourself, the tombstone did not bear what Uncle Hammond, was it?
Yeah, that's his real whole name.
What Uncle Hammond's tombstone would say. And I would assume that perhaps there would be a nice little paragraph about his life.
Well, I don't want to think about what it would actually say in real life.
But it wouldn't just say that. Nor
No.
would my dear, dear friends be sulking in a temple of Tiamat.
No. And also, like weeks ago, I asked a Waywarden if Fenton was okay, and he said yes. And I trust him a lot more than I trust Strahd.
Then I think that your sad image was actually a happy tale of how you overcame the devil.
Yeah, but I yelled at him right in his face.
And how did that make you feel?
And it made me feel I was really mad and I couldn't really enjoy it in the moment, but then I was like really feeling cool after.
You continue to amaze us. Someone so small and so young to have as much integrity and strength and bravery as you do. I am proud to call you my friend.
Thanks.
And what about you?
So what'd you
Artemis?
get into?
Oh, just a little adventure. Remember those assholes, Zoldar and Evgeny?
Oh, yes.
Do I?
Well,
They still owe us 10 gold coins.
yeah, let's just say we won't be getting that money back unless we get it from Strahd.
Oh.
And, we won't be seeing him again either.
Are they still alive? Because I really want to punch them.
Nope.
Darn it. I mean, good, but darn it. Because I
Yeah.
don't get to punch them.
Did you dispatch them?
I took care of one of them, and Strahd took care of the other when I convinced him to join our cause.
Dang. Was that real? Was all this real?
Perhaps. Well, weaker souls and weaker minds are easily possessed by evil spirits. It is only a shame that the one that you convinced to join us was not spared.
Nah, he deserved what he got. Wait a minute, give me that jug. Glug, 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 glug.
You know, in the beginning, I despised Strahd, and I wished to destroy him. But if 528 years have taught me anything, it is I pity him, for he is weak and childish and sad. And he has let that rule his entire life. He's made every decision based off of pain and agony.
I think he has to. I think he has to because he must. Because the way that he rules over this place is so unnatural. And so he has to hold on so tight. And he has to fight so hard. I'll bet he's really tired.
Oh, I bet he's about as tired as I am right now.
I wish we could stay here for a long time.
Well, when everything is over, perhaps we can visit my cottage in Outer Hill.
Oh, that sounds really nice.
I have a nice view over the courtyard outside of the academy. It's very nice, especially in the summertime. All the flowers are in bloom.
If we win, well, when we win, and Strahd is defeated, and we can all leave this place, what will be the first thing you will do?
I made a promise to our friend Winnie here. First thing I'm doing is making sure her family's okay.
I think I'll come with you.
I think that makes 3 of us.
Well, if we're all going.
But also, I don't really know what else I would do.
Well, you know, Kaz, as I was leaving, there was a position for self-defense open at the academy.
Would I have to use a book?
On the contrary, you'd have to use an axe.
Could I use an axe on a bunch of books?
Well, I'm sure there's some out-of-date copies.
Misprints.
It offers tenure after 5 years.
It offers 10 years after 5 years. That makes no sense.
No, never mind. How do I even start to explain tenure to a barbarian?
I think with that, maybe we call it there.
Yeah.
And tuck in for the night. Great, y'all. That was wild. That was wild.
The Strahdcast features Campbell O'Hare as Winnie, Ned Pryce Iannacone as Drogar, Kay Devine-Jones as Kaz, Tyler Kanter as Artemis, and me, Trevor William Fayle, as your DM. Special shout out to our newest patron, Finn's Keeper. Welcome to the adventure. If you're not ready to support us financially, there are still plenty of ways to help us out. You can follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Critical Fail DM, binge Madness and Mercy on our YouTube channel, and join us there every other Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time when we do live listens of new episodes of the Strahdcast. Or rate and leave us a review wherever you like to listen. Thanks, Dungeoneers, and take your day with advantage.